So some of you asked if I would create some type of tutorial to walk you through what you needed to do in order to take a screen capture and then crop it for an image to put it in your final paper. And that's what this is. So two things for you to keep in mind. First, if you are a Mac user, this is not going to help you. I'm PC based, both at home and at work. I don't have access to a Mac, and for that I apologize. Google it. I bet there's a tutorial out there for you. And the other is there are going to be some things I can't physically show you in the tutorial because they're based off of my keyboard. But I'm going to do the best I can to kind of give you guidance where to look and where things might be housed. So first you're going to probably start at Google, which you see I already have up. And let's say you're doing something that's related to wind and wind power. And one of the things you thought might be good for your paper would be to have an image of a wind turbine. So you do a Google search for a wind turbine, you get your results back. You go into images, and it takes a second. And you decide after looking at these that the best one might be this diagram over here. It actually shows how a wind turbine works, all the different parts, and you think, well, you know what, that would be really helpful for my audience to see. So this is where it gets tricky. So I've got the image up in Google that I might want to be using. You're going to look for a button. It's normally somewhere on the right-hand side. If you look at the very top of your keyboard, you have your F1 through F12 buttons. And on my laptop, I have the regular keyboard, and then I have the number pad. And at the top of that is a button that says print screen, or more accurate, it says PRT space SC, which is just an abbreviated version of print screen. Now on my desktop at work, I have my regular keyboard. All the way then to the very far right is the numbers keypad, and in between those is a column of numbers and special keys. And so the print screen button is there. But if you look kind of on those buttons you probably very rarely use, and you pay attention up there, you'll probably see one that looks like some type of print screen. Now mine has a box around it, which corresponds with my function key at the bottom of my keyboard, meaning I need to hold my function key down if I want to use the print screen option. So I'm doing that right now. And you didn't see anything happen on the screen, but what I just did was take what amounts to a photograph of everything that's on my monitor right now. I use a program called Paint. It is free. It is, generally speaking, on your computers already. You probably never play around with it. You may go down to your Start button and look under Accessories and see it there. Of course, if you're more savvy, you're using Photoshop or something like this, but Paint is free and readily available. And when you open it up, this is what it looks like a blank canvas. What you did was copy all that was on your computer screen onto your clipboard. So now what I'm going to do is right-click. It's going to take it just a second. And I'm going to choose to paste. And when I do that, look at that. Everything that was on my computer screen is now in this canvas. And it looks kind of weird because you're seeing that red box, but that's actually the border for the screen capture. See, I can move this all around. It's kind of weird looking because we're not used to seeing it do that. And notice here that your select box should already be highlighted. If it isn't, click it, make sure it's highlighted. And when you do that, your cursor changes to this kind of draw function. And what I'm going to do is move it so that the entire image is on my screen that I want to get. And now I'm going to draw a box. I'm going to drag a box all the way around it, just like that. And now I'm going to go up and I'm going to choose crop. And when I do that, it takes out everything except for what I put in that box. So now I just have the turbine on my screen. You can do one of two things. If you're more comfortable using a different version of how you get to select everything on the screen, please do so and copy and paste. But for those who might need it, if you go to Now Select, you're going to choose Select All from your options. And then right-click and copy. So what we've done is we've made a copy onto our clipboard of that exact image, cropped, ready to go. And now I'm going to go to my Word document. I'm going to open that up. It's going to take it just a second. There it is. And I've got a blank Word document, which you guys are very comfortable with. And I'm going to go and I'm going to right click. There it is. And I'm going to choose to paste. And when I do that, the cropped image that I just built in Paint is going to take a second, but it's going to load. Sorry, my computer's running a little slow. If you know how to use your shortcut keys, please feel free to do that. And see, voila. Now the image is directly on the Word document. And you can take it once you do that. See that little, the box, if you click on that, it'll highlight, you'll get the little bubbles. You can do things like resize it a little bit. I highly recommend that you pay attention to things like if it distorts the image, how much it does. You don't want to do something like this because then you can't read it really. But if you use those corners, it's a little bit better in terms of perspective. But there you have it. That's how you put an image that you find online. That's how you crop it and everything, and that's how you insert it directly in to your Word document. And you can choose to do things like, let's say, for example, if there was text above this, you would just hit the Enter key, have your cursor blink, and put it wherever you want it then. And you can go in here to your picture tools. See, it's already kind of pinked out for me. And you can do a lot of different things. And you can choose where you want to position it, in line with the text or wrap around the text. And that depends on whether or not you put this in the body of the paper or in your appendix. But that is the simplest way I can show you to insert that image that you may find online directly into your Word document.